The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the ClubHouse Online webinar. My name is Brennan Butchermus. I'm a marketing associate here at Jonas, and I'll be the host for the webinar today. Just quickly running through the agenda. First, we're going to run through some quick housekeeping notes, followed by the ClubHouse Online features and demo, then finishing with the Q&A session at the end. So the first thing to note is that all your lines are muted, so please use the chat box if you have any questions, and we will try and get to them during the Q&A period. Also, a recording of the webinar will be made available to you in case you want to share it with a team member, rewatch it, or rewatch it. So keep your eyes open for that follow-up email. On the line today for the webinar, we have Matt Betts, who is our ClubHouse Online representative for the Northeast region of the United States. Matt will be taking you through the features of the ClubHouse Online platform today. Also on the line, we have Matt Cooper. Matt is our Director of Inside Sales, and he will be helping us answer any questions you have. And as I mentioned, I'm a marketing associate here at Jonas. Just to give you a little background about Jonas as a company, we have over 250 employees and have completed over 5,000 installations worldwide. We specialize in 3 areas. First is our back office technology. That serves as our enterprise management systems. That's the blue area of the chart there. In red, we have our websites and mobile solutions. These augment our enterprise management systems. And in green, we have our value-added products. We offer a member survey tool, employee management system, and business intelligence tool, just to name a few. As a whole, we try to be the single source vendor for clubs. We offer technology spanning the entire club operation. This includes accounting, fitness, food and beverage, sports events, and even sailing and marinas. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the presentation off to Matt, and he's going to take you through ClubHouse Online.
Awesome. Thanks, Brennan, and thanks everybody else for joining us. Can you just, Brennan, let me know if you can see my screen? It should be up there now.
Yep, I can. Yep, I see the Gracelands website there.
Awesome, cool. All right. So first off, this is our demo site, the Graceland site. I'll show and highlight a few other live sites later on in the presentation. Our sites are all mobile responsive. They will work on a phone, on a tablet, on a large monitor, small monitor. However you're accessing the site, you'll be able to get all the information and see the content accordingly. And they're also very easy to manage. So we give you all the tools in the world to make edits to pictures, add new content, update dinner menus, whatever the case might be. So I'll log in here as a member. We're going to take a look at some of the benefits of a ClubHouse Online website for your club and for your members. So when we first log in here as a member, we've got a lot of different options. We've got some different widgets we can drop in where maybe we wanted to view our statement. We could click on that right here. View what we owe to the club, pull up chip detail, so on and so forth. We would be able to pay online if your club wanted to offer that. We can do quick links to anywhere really on the website, whether it's dinner menus or reservation systems or dress code or you name it. We can drop quick links in wherever. And we have other widgets such as this upcoming events, where maybe if I wanted to sign up for an event, or click on and get a little more information on an event, I would be able to do that. So if I were to click on, let's say our early morning yoga, I think this was, registration's actually closed as the event is today, but typically, and we'll show this later on in the presentation, we would be able to register for events also. So without further ado, I'll go into some of the member modules, and might as well start with the events calendar. So we'll pull that up. We'll be able to see all of the events at the club. Members are able to view this in a weekly format, in a list view. They can print off a list of events. We can color code events by category. Members are able to filter out events by different criteria. We can also sync this to my personal calendar, whether it be my, my Outlook or the calendar on my phone or so on. And we do wait list cancellation policies all the way down the list. Perhaps I wanted to register for the member guest tournament coming up on the 5th in a couple of days' time. So I'll show a little bit of information about the event here. We can show more info, like when it is, where it is, pricing. One thing to note too is this can be used in conjunction with the event management module. The event management module in the back office in Jonas, which would then help with the billing cycle after the event goes off. We can also see others attending the event. We can turn this feature on or off depending on the situation, but that's a nice feature to see if we may want to go to an event because our friends are there. We can highlight the event and we can drop in a flyer and kind of spruce it up. And then if we do want to register for that event, we can go ahead and do so. I can add in other members with me, just do a little search through the roster. I can add guests if guests are allowed. I guess I actually probably would add a guest for this member guest tournament. Capture guest name, email address, so on and so forth. We can also manage the buddies in the groups list, which I'll show in a further module. Any special notes, we can drop that in there as well. From here, I can move along. You'll notice it does tally up the cost for us as we add registrants. We can ask questions pertaining to the event. So in this case, we want to know, will you be there for the pre-tournament buffet? What would you like for the barbecue? And again, another note section. Once I complete that, that's going to send a confirmation to the member. We can also send reminders to the members. And it'll populate and provide a report to the different department heads at the club to help manage that event and carry that event out to fruition at the end of the day. We can sync this with My Bookings. There is a My Bookings tab, which shows all of our bookings that's throughout the site. So whether that's BT times, fitness classes, events we've signed up, dinner reservations, we can see that all in one area. And so on. And anybody else in the reservation with us will get a confirmation as well. Moving along from there, we have a number of other reservation modules. I'll look at dining first. A lot of clubs are moving to a dinner reservation system. So this integrates with the Jonas activity management dining reservation software in the back office. So you can, when you check somebody in, you seat them, and then that actually launches the chit to carry out service from there. But the member experience, we select the day we'd like to make a booking. We select the time we would like to make a booking for. If you only do dinner reservations, we can start dinner at, reservations starting at 4:30 or 5 o'clock or whatever the case might be. We can select our party size. We can limit that party size. Let's say groups of 10 or smaller, you want to have them call the club for accommodation. We can manage that. I'll just choose a simple reservation of 2 here. We can search by dining area, or I can search for all. That'll then run a query in Jonas for me and see what's available. In this case, Grand Ballroom A is blocked off. Perhaps we have a wedding or a catered event. If I didn't have 5:30 in any one of these areas, but I might have some times on the shoulders of that, it could show me 5 o'clock, 5:15, 6:45, whatever the case would be. I'll just choose our main dining room for 5:30. We have the option for this to be Smith +1, or we can capture members' names or guest names, or groups we have on a regular basis. So if my wife and I dine with another couple every Thursday night, I could just drop in that Thursday night group. Again, I can do a little search to the roster here, and I'll throw my wife Joanne in there. Again, any notes, maybe it's anniversary, champagne on ice, flowers on the table, booth seat, whatever it might be. We can drop those in there. Doesn't register a particular attribute, but at least gives your staff that heads up where they can do the best that they can with it. And then we'll book that now, and that's going to be a live reservation right into the reservation software. And again, confirmations will go out to anybody who's been who's on the reservation as well. Moving along down the list, we have reservations for really for everything you can imagine. Big one at most of our clubs would be for golf. So we can click on here, we can default to, if we have multiple courses, we can show all of our courses, or a member can choose a course. For many clubs that are just 18-hole facilities, we would default to just the main club. We can search by particular times of the day, only show times available. From here, we have an option to click on the actual time that I'm hovering over now and create our group on the fly. But we do have a quick booking application as well, where I can pull from my buddies, or if I play with the regular group of people on Saturday, I can just click that and that will populate it for me. If I needed to change anything, I can maybe take Brandy out and throw somebody else in there if I wanted to. It does also, the system tracks player options. So does this person normally walk? Do they ride? If we have a caddy program, do they take a caddy? So on and so forth. And again, there's a notes section down here. This integrates with the tee time management product. So when we check the members in at the starter's hut or the golf shop or wherever, any charges for guest fees or cart fees or additional fees like a sleeve of balls or a hat or a towel, it's all connected to POS. So we get great tracking as well as easy check-in and processing when we arrive at the club. For our clubs that have tennis or court facilities out there, we do have a court booking application, somewhat similar to tee times, however, built specifically for courts. So again, we can choose the day we'd like to make a reservation for. We can list all of our different court types separately. We can default the booking length or give members an option to change the booking length, and that can be on a court type by court type basis. So squash might be different than tennis, let's say. From here, I select the court and the time that fits my needs the best. I can add in members, I can add in guests. I can also add in a TBD, perhaps, if I don't know who's coming with me. We can place an expiry on any TBDs where maybe 24 hours before a reservation, we send a message to the member to ask them to provide us with names. You can even have that reservation drop off and be eliminated if you wanted to. It's just an option. You don't have to do it that way. This can also, I didn't select the right court type, but this can also allow you to reserve any rentals like a ball hitting machine or so on, or birdies, let's say. And then we can book that right then and there. Again, same process, we get confirmations, it flows into the court booking software, and then we can do billing and any additional charges directly from there. This is good not only for court facilities, but also for any, a lot of facilities around the club. So we've seen some clubs use this for golf simulators and hitting bays, TrackMan, meeting rooms, gazebos for picnic areas, for clubs with a waterfront of any sort, canoe and kayak rentals and things like that. So it's a wide-ranging module, a lot of purposes for it. Moving on down the list, we do have for clubs that have fitness or either group activities or individual lessons, we have two modules for that. Class scheduling, we call it, is great for tennis clinics or group fitness classes, any sort of group activity where we can register for individually into one session. And then we have appointment booking, which would be golf lessons, personal training, barbershop, massage therapy, whatever the case might be, any sort of more one-on-one appointment that we have. So let's say maybe we wanted to book a golf lesson. We could select this. This again is using our appointment booking application. We can start in any number of ways. We can select a day. We can select our provider. Actually, let this load up quick. There we go. Select our day, select a provider, select a service, whatever this particular provider it allows or has available. And then from here, I can see this provider's schedule, select a time that fits my needs. It may be a lesson of one and that's it. We may allow for a group lesson and maybe allow another person to come into this and split the costs. That's up to you. And then if there's any notes, we can add that here for us. This is going to feed into the app on the provider's calendar in their phone. And your providers, your assistant golf professionals, your tennis professionals, and so on would be able to open up their app and edit their schedule on the fly, change the calendar, open up some times to perhaps offer more lessons, or maybe block it off for personal needs, or just if we see a member around the club and we want to book them in, we can simply we could just pull out our phone and add that member in right on the fly ourselves. The other option with regarding these fitness and group activities would be our class scheduling module. So from a user interface perspective, it represents a little bit more like a calendar. This can actually be integrated, and all these classes can show on the club's main calendar. And then we can also filter it out into a class-specific calendar. Members can also filter out by different criteria. We could also have a tennis clinic calendar, like schedule, or a fitness class schedule, and so on and so forth. So I can simply just click on any of these classes. I can see what available dates are available for this. I can see some additional information as to who the instructor is, if there a cost. Obviously no cost for this one. And we can see others that are signed up for this one as well if we allow it to. I had the option to register for a class. You could also set this up to register for a series, and you could offer one or both if you wanted to. The difference between a class and a series is a class is you're signing up for one particular class. A series is you're signing up for all classes in a series. So perhaps it's a 6-week tennis clinic and we want them to sign up for all 6 classes. We can manage it that way as well. I'll just register for this class. I can select all classes if I wanted to, or I can just select, maybe I can come the odd Monday, maybe the odd Wednesday, and sign up for just those ones. I can add in guests if we're allowing guests. I can add in members. I can also add buddies and groups that might be coming with me as well. So, maybe I'm going to bring my family or my husband or my wife out to a yoga class. I could just grab that person off my buddies list and drop them in there right there. I'll complete that. Again, confirmations go out. This integrates with the class scheduling module in Jonas. So when the class is finished, everybody's been checked in who's arrived. We can do the billing in one fell swoop. We don't have to manually sit there at POS and key in the charges. It's done in a very easy manner for us. It can also do commissioning. So if the club maybe takes a 10% cut and the instructors take 90% of the revenue, or we do cancellation fees or no-show fees of 50%, we can also manage and control those things. We do offer a directory, actually outside of reservations. We do offer a member directory. This is fully integrated to your back office. So I can look up other members by first name or last name and see whatever, in this case, Big John is showing us. These pictures are the same ones that show up at POS. So this is nice for the staff as well. Sorry, I got a little ribbon up here that you might see that kind of got in my way there. And it is a live two-way feed back into Jonas. So if, as a member, I wanted to edit any of my information, I can do that. That can update Jonas in real time right away. Or there can be an approval process on those updates. So there might be some fields within the roster that staff want to view first before the change is made. And there might be some where they can change it, we can just let it fly. We can set it up accordingly for that. You see here actually in red text, some changes are awaiting an approval by somebody at the club. So maybe if we change the photo, we would want to approve that. We want to make sure it's current and it's appropriate and so on and so forth. For some other fields, we might just allow them to go through. Members can hide or show any information here that they want to. There's also areas here to manage our relatives and family members that are under our account, and multiple contact areas, business, emergency contacts, winter homes, summer homes, you name it. And there's room here for some custom info fields. So in Jonas, you probably have about 300 custom info fields. You could bring some of those fields over here and have members update that. And then this could tie in with email marketing. So perhaps you had an excess of men's size 9, 10, and 13 golf shoes in your shop. We could send an email and just target out those people, or really any of these fields that we're tracking here. The last feature I'll show on the website would be online ordering. So this is a great tool to allow members to place food orders on the go, typically from their phone. You'll show your various dining outlets here that we can choose from. This is integrated with Jonas POS. It will connect with your kitchen printers and so on. So if I'm ordering any items, they go directly into POS. They charge to member account. They can go directly to the kitchen without anybody noticing or having to do anything. Or there can be an approval process where you would be notified and you would take a look at the order and approve it. And that can be depending on the particular outlet. So I'll choose our halfway house in this case. First step is select our ordering type. So you can have as many ordering types and label them whatever you want. So if this is for a takeout menu, it could be, pick up, eat in, take out and go, poolside, whatever it might be. I'll say this is going to be on course ordering. What hole am I on? I'll say I'm on the 8th tee. I can do orders in the future or just eliminate them to right now. So future ordering might be really good for curbside pickup, where maybe I'm sitting at my office right now and I want to order some dinner to be picked up around 6:30 on my way home from the office. I can set that up that way. I'll just put this order through right now. So this is going to recognize the items you already have set up in POS. You basically just pick and choose the point of sale items that you want to include or exclude, because some items might not carry well in takeout. We can put through our order here. So we'll say maybe a couple of Miller Lights. Add that in. I'll go down to my sandwich menu and maybe I'll do a hamburger. Under that hamburger, I can have mandatory options. So I have to choose a bun. Maybe I have to choose some sides. Maybe we're putting on toppings. Maybe we're not. That's up to you how menus are set up. Build that out. Maybe I'm with a guest and that guest wants a roast beef sandwich. I'll pull this up just to show that the menu options are going to be different. It's all based on, again, on a per item setup. When this is all done, we can add that to my cart. I can keep adding if I wanted to, but I'll just simply check out right now. If there is any edits I wanted to make, I can do that. I can throw out edits or throw out items and so on. I can put in any notes down here, maybe, fries extra crispy, cheese on the side, and so on. Going on from there, I'll submit that order. As I mentioned, that's going to go directly into POS. and either fire off to the kitchen directly, or somebody would review that order before it gets fired off. And that's it. I have to show from a I guess a module perspective. I do have a few of our marquee sites brought up here just to talk about design. So Atlanta Athletic Club, very nice site in the Georgia area. The Boulevard Club in our great city of Toronto, really nice job. And we can share these with all the attendees later on, as well as some additional sites. Here, our Buddhist Club, City Club, out on the West Coast. Again, different look. So we're really flexible from a design perspective, and our designers are really going to consult with you and work with you on coming up with a look and a feel to really help your club put their best foot forward, whatever that might be. So your club might be focused on driving new membership or new weddings and other activities such as that, or it might be very much a member-only tool with very little information on the public side of the site, and more of a member communication tool. So we got both. We will really work with you on the needs of the club. We do also provide a mobile app. So we can provide you a mobile app. I have a couple screenshots here. We can personalize or customize the app for the club, such as the Mystic River Club here, where we take on the club's branding and verbiage and color schemes and so on. Or we also provide a free of charge with any Jonas website, our ClubHouse Online generic app. It's the same functionality within the apps. It's really just the branding is the only difference. Any of the photos on the tiles, all of your information, anything you're linking back to on your website is all yours. And it will utilize whatever member modules your club uses. I have a quick video I'll play of that. On your phone, you'll see the Mystic River app or the ClubHouse Online app, which we just clicked on here. We will get push notifications from the app, as you saw there, for dinner reservations. Members can view their statements, view upcoming events, anything from the site that you wanted to link. We can do that, and then it works in real time. It works off the web modules that are on your website in real time. So it isn't a separate system to manage. So here we're viewing a statement. We can look at any statement period over the last 13 months. We can view chit detail within here and see the copy of the chit exactly as it comes out of Jonas. We can actually pay online, which I think we're going to get to in a minute. Actually, no, sorry. This is a reservation module, so this is signing up for, I think, a yoga class. Same process that we had on the desktop version that we looked at, just in a responsive form to respond to your tablet or your smartphone. Again, this is also available for Apple devices and Android devices. They're in both stores. Here we are, signing up for that event, registering some people, answering the registration questions, and then we'll get our confirmations. It would be either a push notification directly from the app or an email. And there's also a text messaging option as well that that Jonas offers also. Again, this is our online ordering. Same as what we just looked at. selecting our beers. Probably add a sandwich in there. And then when this order is placed, members will get a confirmation email or push that the order has been confirmed and received. They can also get a message when the order is ready for pickup, or your staff can run it out to them wherever they might be. And that note that we just saw placed on for the hot dog to be well done, that will print on the chit from the kitchen printer, on the kitchen printer when kitchen receives it. And that's that. So I think, Matt, I think that's probably about it from a presentation perspective. Are there any questions that we can address?
Yeah, right now, just the Encore one and going over the mobile app are the only two that came in. So if anybody else has questions, there is a box where you can ask your questions in, and either Matt, we're both happy to answer those. Can you show the Celebrate menu? I'm not sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, perfect. There we go. Matt's going to pull that one up. Matt B.
I can pull that up there. Brandon, do you have to? There you go. Thank you. Yeah, so this is just a weddings page. Actually, that's a good thing to note is we can actually apply up to 3 themes on the site. So if you wanted to have like a special landing page or like a slightly different look for your weddings page, we can do that. If I wanted to, let's say, I think I've got a form here. Yeah, this is perfect. Or I can do a biz form, and I can have multiple biz forms. We just link this back to a join the club form, but this could be specific for weddings, where we can capture a lead. You can expand on this. You can ask whatever questions you want. And then that would send a trigger some auto responses after the fact, as well as notify the correct person at the club that we have a lead and we need to follow up with somebody. This can also integrate with the CRM module in Jonas that will track the entire sales process from membership lead to membership joining or for weddings or whatever it might be.
Perfect. Thank you, Matt. Bunch of questions just kind of flew in there, so I'm trying to answer some of them in chat. If we don't get to all of them, feel free to email sales@jonasclub.com, Matt or I, or if you do know who your local rep is as well, you can definitely reach out to them. But just some quick ones here. Countdown items on the menu for online ordering, if that does sync up or not. It does not. So your countdown items, generally, let's say you have a Friday night, prime rib night, and you only sell 100 prime ribs. An item like that, we generally recommend to not make that available for online ordering, because all those items on there, you get to pick and choose what you make available. So it's not your entire menu. So limited time offers or any type of countdown item that you only have X amount to serve, we generally recommend not making that available. However, if you do run out of an item, it is integrated with your back office. There's an online ordering area within your POS setup where you can just mark that item as unavailable if you do run out in a given night. So that's generally the recommendation on that piece of it. Another one came in, where do we host our websites? Matt, do you know that one? I think it's with Rackspace, but I can double check on that.
Yeah, it is Rackspace. Yeah.
Okay.
And they have multiple server farms throughout.
All right, perfect. And then just get through a couple more here because I know we're a little bit over time. what does the dashboard or backside of managing inventory look like for golf tee times or dining reservations? Is there a video that demonstrates that? So Marcia, feel free to reach out to either one of us. We do have a really great YouTube channel. If you search Jonas Club Software, that will pull up all of our back office videos, anything from tee time management to reservation systems to very little hyper-focused videos on creating a dining reservation or blocking off a restaurant for a private function, that kind of stuff. We have all those videos, or your sales reps are happy to walk you through any demonstrations on those pieces. And then Christy, I think Christy Underwood, I believe I work with you guys, so feel free to shoot me an email and I can get you over that information. I'll take a note as well too to send you a quick line after this call. And then how modular is this system? Our yacht club is not nearly as complex as your example. So Craig, everything that you saw today, it's all a la carte. So if you don't have a golf course, you don't have to have tee time management. If you have a restaurant but you don't do dining reservations, you have to use a dining reservation module. So from a member engagement perspective, you pick and choose what you want to allow them to do. And then from a design perspective as well, as Matt showed, very, very flexible on that end. Let's see, who updates the web and app, the club or Jonas? So Matt hinted at the beginning that we give you guys all the tools in your tool belt to be able to make any change you want. Updating images are very easy, creating new content and pages. We train you in the whole entire process as we're going through the design with you. So you'll know how to make those changes if you do a seasonal change to your website. If you have a limited time menu for the month of June because it's strawberry season, you want to have a bunch of specialized dishes on that, and you want to post that to a page so people can see it. We give you the tools to do that so you can manage your content. However, if you do run into any issues, our support team is there as well to assist. Same with Matt or I. We're happy to help with that stuff as well too. I believe I got through as many as I could. If, like I said, if there are any other questions, you see both of our email addresses on there. We're both happy to help, point you in the right direction. And our general inquiry inbox as well too, sales@jonasclub.com. I think that'll do it.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. And just a reminder, we're going to email out the recording of this webinar tomorrow, so keep your eyes open for that in case you want to share with anybody or rewatch it. So once again, thank you so much for coming out today, and have a good one.